Hello, exciting sport lovers. Welcome again to another awesome edition of Isco Soccer. The long wait is gradually coming to an end. Hallelujah. Well, let's discuss the UEFA Super Cup between PSG versus Aston Villa. The game end PSG 2, Aston Villa 1. This competition is not just being fair to Unai Emery. This is the fourth time he's playing in this competition, and he has lost every one of them. I was clamoring that, if not for anything, just for the sake of the kind of performance that Aston Villa have put in, let the game just trickle down to penalty. But inexperience affected Aston Villa, and Buendia, he had a bad and a poor game. Bad and a poor game. The first half, Aston Villa had a lot of opportunity to kill this game in the first half. But like I said earlier on, inexperience cost them. Because they had so many chances, they were just being wasteful in the first half. Yes, congratulations to the 70-year-old boy that featured in this game, and it was a striking line for Aston Villa in the first half. Maju, the guy is he sold himself. He actually make um, he gave this coach the confidence that yes, for you to trust me, I'm going to repel that trust, and I love that about him because it was always a threat against the PSG defense. But like I said, PSG they need it. And there's a stat that I heard the commentator said, and I was like, wow, that in Enrique 3 years in PSG, this title is his 13th title he's winning for PSG within the space of 3 years. That is insane. That is mad. Congratulations to PSG. They are not just tired of winning trophy. Back to back UEFA Super Cup. Yes, if you looked at the game, you cannot really tell that there's a gulf in class between PSG versus Aston Villa. And I want to say congratulations to some PSG players, the likes of the Dembele, the Doe, the Bacola, the Fabian Ruiz. These are players that played in the World Cup. I'm not even sure that they had any time to rest. Yes, the first goal came for uh, Chris Kelia. It was a beautiful goal, caught in, beautiful strike. At that point in time, that was when Aston Villa decided to up the tempo. And the moment PSG got the first goal, Aston Villa they started having much of the possession and their chances, but they couldn't until the tail end. Like I said earlier on, that Maju, beautiful cross for my game. Maju tapping, beautiful goal, 1-1. The moment the second half started, Due got the second goal. Now, sometimes I advise that players should learn to play to the whistle because that true pass that gets to the part of Due, even myself that was watching the game, I just said to myself that this is offside. And that is why this new rule that UEFA, FIFA, they brought in that even if it is offside, don't blow immediately. Allow the work to finish. Because that is what they did that cost, what did it cost? Okay, Spain in the final. The ref decided not to blow. The linesman decided not to raise his flag. Even though I felt, let me not use the word I knew, I felt it was offside. And the entire Aston Villa defense, they just relaxed and they were like, after all, it's offside. Not knowing that when every one of them was moving, Cash at the far end did not move. Cash kept him on side. Because the reaction that they were using to say, okay, let's even try to stop doing from scoring, it was not there because they were like, it's just offside, so forget about it. And like VAR drew, it was onside. It became Stoney for 2-1 for PSG. Congratulations to PSG. The season, the curtain raiser has become for Europe. On Saturday or Sunday, we'll be likely to see the curtain raiser for the Premier League. Drop a comment in the comment section and tell me, are you guys ready? Let's go.